Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared, but I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line.
This is Gordon. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 2nd down, Swift. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Amy Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now the toss to Bell running right. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
33-yard line.
It'll be real interesting to take a look at this play later because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, That means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked them down in a hurry.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
First down, Bengals.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Getting in there to break that one up, Rock Ya-Sin.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Stop made by Myles Garrett. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 7-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Gordon call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They run it here with Gordon. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 19-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. On 2nd down, it's Gordon. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36. A gain of about 4.
On the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
30-yard line.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now this time, Allen will throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
First down, Cincinnati.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
One of the first big plays we've seen in this football game, and could that be the play that gets this game jump-started? It's taken a while as both teams have tried to settle in. Maybe now the pace will accelerate.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Second and goal from inside the 5. From the gun, Allen. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Complete.
Corey Davis, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's second and 10 from the 20. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Bengals.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
The tackle made
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Allen's throw is complete, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
13 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
This one complete to Devin Funchess. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Jesse Bates.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
The tackle made
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This one caught by Davis. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play.
First down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Number 84.
Corey Davis, as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals add on to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Is set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields this way up at the now a hit and a loose football.
Fumbled on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted by the Bengals. They'll take over 1st and 10.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 53. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Allen. Funchess with a catch over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
At the 28-yard line.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
2nd and 11. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish, but you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Corey Davis.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Allen. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Corey Davis, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Browns take over 1st and 10.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a 1st down and more for Gordon. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 23. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Here's a first down throw that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
4-yard loss. It's 4th down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back.
Over on downs.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on first down is Allen. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Corey Davis, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Allen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Complete.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14. 23 yards the pickup there. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the number.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Corey Davis there to make the grab. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Matt Bosher is set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back them up 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 10. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Bell. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Bengals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Allen. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
A gain of 12.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
Cincinnati.
Let's go. Let's do this.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
He's coming. We got double.
From the gun, Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. There he goes right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now Allen to try again after the pick 6. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
First down, Bengals.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 more there and another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now, it's about taking the ball.